Hello. Happy Overwatch Wednesday. Sorry it's so late, and it is totally Raid's fault. No matter what he says, he knows it. We all know it. Computers. Am I right? So, it's obviously too late for us to do anything too sweaty, like play our, standing matches or placement matches, which is what we thought we were going to do. I did quite a lot of changes to the bridge and stuff, and it took a little longer than I had anticipated, but it was worthwhile, and I'm glad it's done. But that leaves us with less time. So instead, what I wanted to do is I didn't mean to do that. It was awesome though, just know that. I wanted to experiment with a Steam controller setting with you guys in Overwatch. So let me bring you in. Here's what's going on. This is pulled over from a different game, Warzone. And it's been heavily modified. And there's a couple of things that are pretty different on this. One is there's an additional action layer that is a little slower on the gyro. And I access that when I full pull the trigger here. And that's because when I'm playing Warzone, let's say I'm chasing a guy and then I can shoot him and it's like wide open, so I pull the trigger, right? And he's let's say he's like pretty close to me, right? If he bolts to the left, I want to be able to track him. So you want to have a sensitive, a high enough sensitivity on your gyro that you can track him easily in that situation. There are other situations where you want the opposite. And since there's a dual stage trigger here, I thought, well, how about we make it so when I soft pull, it does the one sensitivity, and then when I full pull, it does another one, right? That's baked into the Steam controller configurator. That's part of the concept. And the problem is, when you look at the setting for that, there is no right trigger full pull only. So you have to, if you're going to use it on your left trigger, which is like what I'm doing left trigger soft pull dampening, and then left trigger full pull gets you into a whole nother level of decreased sensitivity. But that's all with the left trigger. And I wanted to be able to either have high twitch, high sensitivity, twitch movements facilitated in my settings, or more controlled low sensitivity movements with either just with the choice that my index finger makes on that right trigger. So that's what's going on there. And in practice, soft pulls are just do nothing to the sensitivity. It's very high sensitivity right now. The base gyro sensitivity is very high sensitivity. But if I full pull, like I'm holding it down right now, holding that button down, I don't know if you can see, it's quite a bit more sensitive. And then when I release the button, I said more, I meant less sensitive. When I release the button, it's more sensitive. And when I pull it down all the way, it's less sensitive. So that's the point of this layer. There's an additional, I want to add a turbo to this for the left button, left mouse button. Interruptible off. Let's see. All right, so that was the first thing, was creating a new action layer to facilitate an additional level of sensitivity on the right trigger. And I like it. I'm really happy with it so far. I've put it through its paces in Warzone. I haven't yet tried it in Overwatch outside of what I've done here. So, second, let's look under the D-pad. Under the D-pad, the right touchpad is a D-pad, right? You click the right touchpad, it turns into a D-pad, and then it has functions. The upper function is reload. This is unnecessary, and this is unnecessary for this game. Okay, so when you click up, it reloads. And when you click left or right, it moves the camera to the left or the right in varying degrees, 2 varying degrees. And I have it set up currently to move the mouse 1, 2, 3, 4. It seemed like a what I was doing is I was kind of doubling that, and I was able to do like 45-degree turns, and it was really nice, but it was more than I always wanted to turn. I kept finding, at least in Warzone, it would turn me more, and I was always kind of correcting back. So I lowered it, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4 minus 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side, and down is actually 2 instances of the mouse delta function, because one just couldn't handle, it couldn't do it. So I maxed it out, but I still needed more. So I added a second one, made them both no haptics, non-interruptible, and it works. So, and here's the thing, I dialed it in, and everything was all relative. So like when you dial the mouse, the right touchpad in for your swipes, your 180s, if you get that dialed in, then everything else will be dialed in. At least that's the theory, assuming you're playing games in the same resolution, because that could affect your mouse delta. So do you see that? I'm kind of snapping between that robot and that doorway. So that's what I can adjust. I can adjust how much. I can make it so I snap from the robot all the way to that doorway, you know, if I wanted. But I'm trying to think of like a methodology for it, you know? And so if I'm thinking that if I slide my thumb, actually, no, let's not think about that. Let's think about the gyro. If I'm turning the gyro, right? This is comfortable aiming range from here to about here. Out here, I can get kills. Absolutely. But it's not optimal range, because if a character dashes to the right, what am I going to do? You know, I really need to avoid at all costs ending up in situations like that. Sometimes you can't help it, and sometimes you're actually able to go a much greater distance than you would have been able to with a mouse, you know, without having to have a super fast sensitivity. Because when you have, well, it's a different conversation. But so here's the thing. If I'm moving my aim from this dude in center over here to the left, and I'm looking at this doorway, and I'm monitoring this dude in this doorway, the idea is, how far do I want my hands to be before I might need to click for assistance? And then when I reset my hands after I do that, where do they end up? You know? So if I'm at him and I'm moving to the doorway, or I'm moving to this pillar, this post, and then I have to click to get more. Then I go to reset and I'm like almost back at that robot. Well, basically at the doorway. That's more fair. And is that what I want? You know, do I want to end up being here, and then do I want to center out here? I don't know. But I can definitely tell you that when I had it set up to go to 90 degree angle, it was too much, even though it made a lot of sense, right? You're gonna snap around that corner, right? And you know that. So you hit the button and it snaps you to, straight around that corner. But I just kept finding situations where I wanted to sort of snap around were not situations where I was going around a corner. There were situations where I was like shooting this guy over here and knew that there was a guy over here, for example, and I just wanted to move over there without having to compromise my hand position for optimal aiming. So that's the idea behind clicking and going less than maybe the most mathematically satisfying amount. So a guy this close, I should just turn my hands and aim and shoot. If I accommodated this range, then I don't think this would be as useful of a function. I think it needs to help me when I get pushed to my limit, and this is within my range. So if I'm doing that, then if then say I want to shoot these guys over here, right? I'm aiming, so I'm at a decreased sensitivity than normal. And I click. And in this case, I could aim, click, and then boom, I'm there. And I'm still very much within optimal, hand placement range. And of course, I can easily just hit that Y button to reset and put my hands right back to normal. So I've yet to see if this actually translates to any real value in game. And then what's really nice too is, so what I've been showing is left and right quadrant click on the right touchpad. But if I click in the bottom quadrant, watch, it spins me around completely. And actually, it's going a little, it's not exactly dialed in perfect. Let's see. I think it's doing it too much. Yeah, so here's what we'll do. Because we were pretty sure when we first started setting this up that we would need to make adjustments. And indeed we do. All right. Let's put that down to a 5. All right. It definitely needs to be higher than 5. Cool. 6. No, it needs to be higher than a 6. Let's try 7 again. Oh man, 7 is just a little bit too much. It's like that far. All right, let's see what 6 was again. Actually, let's just go 6.5. Oh, that's almost perfect. 6.7. It's a little much. Let's go 6.65. Oh, that's so close. 6.63. We're so close. All right, let's see. That's it. All right. That's good. So what that does as well is it's kind of a cool way to do what we just did. You know, like the question is, how do you find the right sensitivity for your Steam controller? Well, in this case, when I know that I have it dialed in the way I want it, then I can just find that one metric, right? Like in this case, that 180, that click, and then dial in my game settings sensitivity to get it just right. And then I know that all the rest of them are going to be right because they were all built relative, you know, like, does that make sense? I don't know. It makes sense in my brain. And it's nice because normally with, you know, things like swipes, it's like, well, maybe my thumb is a little fat today, and so there's more skin, and that's why it's going further, you know? But it's nice to be able to just hit a button, you know? That feels good. And so, all right. I was trying to wave at him, but my binding wasn't set up. Is it X or is it C? Oops. C? I think it's C for the voice wheel. Yeah. Aw. Okay. Now we still need to bring over some of the old controls. So things aren't completely set up yet. For example, if we go browse and we look at our previous config, we can see here, we need to add H under X. We need to add space and F under A. Actually, we don't need to add those, but I do need to add H under X. I have F here, and this is where I always have use, and it's activated on shift. So the jump button is also the use button with the shift. And because I'm shifting with the left grip, going left grip, right grip is doesn't take much energy. Feels really good. We got melee. We got hey everybody, wait, hold on a second. Lloyd Carnigan's here. Hey, Lloyd. Welcome to the show. Happy to have you here. Good to see you. We were just going over Steam controller. I was going to pull it, but then it can't because the cord. The Steam controller. We're talking about it. I know, right? Never would have guessed. Hope you're having a good night, my friend. Sit back and then sit forward again. Do it over and over and you'll have a six-pack. So in here, left Alt under B, that's nothing. That's carried over from Warzone. Scroll up and down. Yeah, we don't need those. This is actually carried over from Warzone as well. It's actually really cool. So the way it is when I hit X over here in Warzone, when I hit X, it's the M button. And so when I hold it down, if the map comes up in the game, and then my up arrow, down arrow, functions on my joystick become scroll up and scroll down. See, so when X is held, it becomes scroll up with a turbo on, very fast turbo, mind you, so that it scrolls in and out really fast by me going up and down. See you later, Lloyd. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a good night, and we'll talk to you soon. See you around. So, the scroll stick we're using as well, but we don't really need that too much in this game. And all that is it lets us turn this joystick into a scroll wheel, a circular, like circular scrolls. So it's kind of nice, but it's not relevant for this game so much. I mean, it might be. Who knows? Maybe I'll use it now that I have it here, but I don't think so. All right. We have the equals sign over here under a full pull, because certain characters use that as their secondary button to facilitate the most optimal configuration.
Double hoser.
The cool thing about Ashe is that it's impossible for her to miss. And that's one of the reasons why I like using her, because it's just the story of the game is that she never misses. And because of that, you should pick her every time. If you value never missing, ever, ever, ever. It's a trick that a guy named Phil taught me.
Don't mess.
Long time ago. On a server far, far away.
Double. Triple kill. Let me show you how it's done. Here it comes.
All right, so downsides to using this new setup with that left and right click to sort of snap your aim. I mean, you could see the value. It's pretty clear.
Shout for the 1%.
When you're thinking about it, you can go through here and you could do it. And it's nice not feeling limited by how far your hands can turn. But it's a whole nother thing whether or not I can actually convert this into usable gameplay technique against actual players that are shooting me back. Will I be able to rely on clicking that thumb to take me in a predictable direction? I don't know. I really thought that I would love flick stick. And I do love flick stick, but I just don't like using it. And I was really surprised by that, because I was like, I was probably more excited for flick stick than, well, I won't go that far, but I was very excited for it. And I'm not really let down by it. I'm actually more excited to buy a PlayStation controller and experiment.
Don't waste my time.
But this whole mouse delta snapping thing is, I don't know. I like it a lot. It feels really good.
Double kill. Double kill. Triple kill.
Leave this to me.
All right. Now here's the downside, okay? This, it goes from the whole thing, all of these, up, down, left, right, all being reload, to now only up being reload. And that, well, that's a little scary. It's a little scary. So far, so good. In Warzone, I was playing it today. And actually just playing it, just playing the game. Not messing with the Steam controller. There was one match that I just played it. And I actually enjoyed it and had fun. And I was just playing like a small child might play a game on the video terminal. Then it explodes. It scars his face. And he has to get space surgery. But then he's okay. It's kind of like that. So I'm not sure if it's a good idea to lose reload on all these different functions or buttons and just having it up here. But we're going to go with it. We're just going to see. We're just going to do it. But I don't feel super happy about reload just being right there, if I'm being completely honest.
Target neutralized.
Huh. I'm trying to think about it, but I really just think I need to get into the game and then see how it goes. Scroll up. Did we even use that? I don't know. Let me see. We'll go ahead and add it just in case. In fact, it might already be there. No, I think one was there. All right, scroll up on a chord press, left grip.
Double kill.
All right, let's give it a try in one of those aim training matches. Those are cool. That should be a good place to really put this through its paces.
My business, my rules.
All right, hold on. Gotta make full pull sensitivity higher. Not a lot, but a little bit. That was close. Damn, man. No.
Smoke him out of there. You need to
Whew.
learn the rules. Bob, do something.
不许走。还走，coming up。
Damn.
Turret up ahead.
All right, I'm gonna throw Bob at that turret.
Do something. I'm on fire.
Oh,
Nothing wrong with a little something.
damn. Stinking Genjis. Are you serious? He's the worst.
Bob, do something. Smoke him out. Hello. I'm gonna.
Damn, she's a good shot.
Thank you. Here it is. Let's clean up this mess.
Hey,
Is it too sensitive? I think it is. I think I need to lower that full pull sensitivity even more. Damn. Let's see. Let's do that real quick. Full pull. We're increasing that dampening.
hey,
They are getting on my nerves. I'm on.
That worked.
¿Qué tal?
Thank you. I'm out of here. That was not the plan.
Apagando las luces.
Thanks.
Where is she?
Be right back.
Do something!
Changing position. Adaptive circuits engaged. Ash. Finishing them off.
Oh, she's so close.
Adjusting angle of attack. Focus my target. I finish them off. circuits engaged. Ash!
Do something!
Clean up this mess.
I have to go in here and change this. Left trigger soft pull crouches.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
Well, it makes the shift move crouch when I'm aiming, which is not what I want. Jeez. I kill her as the clone, and then she just comes back as herself. So close. Come on. Oh my god.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
No.
There's no stopping me once I get into a rhythm. Nothing wrong with a little. Thank you.
No. You need to stop it.
Bob, do something!
Clean up this mess.
Want to shoot the thing in the air. Got one.
Courtesy of the deadlock. Time to change things.
Thank you.
That was not
Do something!
Don't mess with him, Richard.
Here it comes!
Thank you kindly.
Time to change things up.
Goodbye. It's time.
No. Tumbleweed and everything.
I'm on
Oh, Farah.
That was not fun.
here in the area.
Where are you?
Have to watch out.
Oh. Damn.
Here it comes.
Aw.
They are getting on my nerves. Right on schedule.
No. Not fair. Not fair.
Do something.
Let me.
Man, his gun is pretty powerful, isn't it? Damn it, I threw it too far, too.
Nothing wrong with a little stuff.
Turret up ahead.
Enemy turrets down.
Oh! That was my own shot that killed me. Deflected back in my face. No, Genji.
Time to change things up.
Smoke 'em out.
Thank you. That was not on the plan.
Oh.
Nothing wrong with a little something.
Hey. Hey. Thank you.
I might need to clear. Miss me? I'm out of here. ¿Qué tal? Apagando las luces. Right on schedule. Looking for me?
Smoke 'em out of there.
Miss me? Finishing them off. Hello.
I feel like my soft pull dampening should be even higher. Should be like a lot higher.
Finish them off. That was nice. You need to learn the rules. Clean up this mess.
She's so close. It's crazy. It's just crazy. There.
You had my back. Nothing wrong with a little self-improvement. They are getting on me.
A little bit less.
I'm gonna get you for that.
It's almost perfect.
Poser. That was nice. Time to change things up.
Much obliged.
Nothing wrong with a little self-improvement. Let's clean up this mess.
Clearing the area. Get back.
She knocked my hat off of me. Come on.
Rains from above.
Oh, these are all soft pulls, by the way. And that last tweak that I did seems to be just perfect. And now my full pulls. Are almost dialed in. Or is that just my dumb hands?
You have my.
That was a full pull.
Enemy snapped.
It's so cool because I feel like I can have sensitivities lower than I normally would. And because I can snap consistently, I never have to worry about having to think, oh, am I going to snap fast or slow, or is it going to be in the slow snap mode, or just no matter what, I'm going to click and it's going to turn a reliable and consistent amount. Oh, couldn't get out. No, not again.
Bob, do something!
You get me riled up.
Oh.
Thank you.
Here it comes, smoke man!
Let's clean up this mess. That was not in the plan.
Here it comes!
Right on. Look him up.
Here it comes!
Don't mess with him. Not letting that stand.
Man, you see how much faster I could spin, like, turn around when she gets behind me? That's actually super nice. Like that. There's a lot, I'm noticing a lot of improvement in my ability to like snap around. without compromising my hand placement, you know?
Thank you kindly.
Get me riled up.
Hello. Oh, excuse me. It's hot.
Man. All right. I think that's enough of that. But I think it's safe to say that this is working out really well. Really well. I'm definitely enjoying the full pull firing, hip fire, decrease sensitivity thing that we're doing with that new layer. And I'm really loving that snapping with those that mouse angle. That is like the coolest thing. That's my new favorite thing. You're going to hear me talking about it all of the time. I'm sure of it. It's really cool. It almost makes me not feel so bad about losing reload across the entire touchpad, because it is so neat being able to like snap around like that. Especially being able to turn around so quickly and just have your hand right there. It's amazing. I love it. And I can't wait to carry this over into different profiles and different configs and actually play some competitive Overwatch, you know, or at least some quick play matches with it and really put it through its paces. But today is not the day for that, unfortunately. Tomorrow will have to be that day, because today we are done. I just noticed the time. It's actually quite a bit later than I thought it was. I'm really happy about the Steam controller, like all the time. It's funny how that works. Thanks for hanging out. And sorry it was so late. I know most of us are probably already in bed. And by us, I mean those of you who are already in bed. So to those of you already in bed, sleep well. To the rest of you, sleep really well. See? There's value in watching these shows. So there you go. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. See you on the Discord.